Hey, Treasure Seekers, it's Amy coming to you again with some of our very cool stories, our 13 very cool stories. It's the last story. Today is the last story. I don't know whether to be sad or excited because in not very long, in actually 43 days, not just coming right up here, we are going to be doing VBS. And this year we are going to be doing VBS in person. With the Methodists again, but we're going to be doing it here at First Presbyterian Church. So mark that on your calendars. We'll be doing that Sunday, June 13th through Thursday, the 17th. We are going to go a full 5 days this year. Hopefully we can catch more people that way. And with not being able to meet in person for Sunday school, we thought that that would be nice to have just a little bit more. So we are going to plan for the full 5 days. With it being only 43 days away, we do have a lot to do and we do need some people to help. We are going to be offering a virtual option for those people who prefer to be doing VBS at home still. It may not look the same as last year. Hoping to give you as much as we can, snacks, prayer, the story, of course, and then hopefully an opening, but it may not look as much like last year. So we will offer something. Don't know what that will look like yet. For those of you that really want to do that still at home. And we will offer in person for those people that are ready for that with masks, and masks are going to be required. We are looking for volunteers. So I would ask that you prayerfully consider moms and dads and friends and family helping us out in a multitude of ways. Some of the things that we are going to be, or jobs that we are going to be looking for people to help with. Our group leaders, 1 for preschool and then 2 or 3 for elementary students. They would need to be there for the whole time. And then some other jobs that you might be able just to be here for part of the time and not have to be here for the full Bible school. So consider that. Looking for someone in kitchen, art, games, and story. Those rotations, we're going to try to squeeze those in between 4:15 and 5:30. So hopefully, maybe you'd be able to get off work early or just come in for that little bit of time to help out. And then hopefully we get a few more volunteers that way. That's what my hope is. We are going to need somebody to help with music for opening and for closing. And then if you're not able to help us in person during the time of Bible school, we are going to need people to help set up, people to help with food, people to help with decorating, making things, just getting bags ready and all kinds of things. So even no matter if we have 20 kids or if we have 200 kids, we still have to do all of the working parts for Bible school. So prayerfully consider that if that's something that you feel that you could help with this year from June 13th to June 17th. All right, so let's go ahead and get going with our last very cool story. I'll share my screen here. Okay, and today's story is the story of the precious pearl, another one of Jesus's parables. Today's point is that Jesus is worth everything. So talking about treasure and worth and how we value things. The Bible story is from Matthew chapter 13 verses, it's actually 45 to 46. I have a typo there. Things that you may need as we do today's lesson. 1 penny. If you think you've got one of those, grab it. And then pony beads or pipe cleaner, or pony beads and a pipe cleaner or yarn. I'm going to be using yarn with mine today. Okay, so the story of the precious pearl. Like I said, this is one of Jesus's parables. And today our story is about a merchant. A merchant is a rich business owner who bought a pearl. Before I tell you the story though, it will help if you become pearl merchants yourself. Okay, there's a way to tell a regular pearl from a good pearl and a good pearl from a great pearl. We're going to practice on some of our on pennies. So you can find your own penny, or you can just look at mine. Okay, and at this point, I am going to stop sharing so you can see this up close. Okay, so here's my penny that I have. Looks a little bit like that. Can you kind of see? Here's the front. Here is the back. Okay. This is just what I happen to have in my purse. It has a little bit different back than some of the older ones. It's a newer penny. Okay. So when someone is buying a pearl, and I had to learn this myself too to help you understand, we have to look at the shape. Okay, so there's 5 things. We're going to first look at the shape. Look at your penny. Okay, is your penny round? Okay, most pennies are. Okay, unless maybe it got down in a dishwasher or crumpled somehow, right? So most of them are round. Now, not all pearls are round when they come out. Very few actually come out round. Some of them, a lot of pearls today, if you see a round pearl, those are cultured pearls. Cultured means it was grown on a farm. Okay, so those cultured pearls, they can do a little bit of, they work with them a little bit to try to make them more round. Okay, those pearls, they're round, but they're not worth quite as much. So a natural pearl that's round is very, very rare. Okay, so the shape, that's the first thing, shape. Next, I want you to look at the size of your penny. Okay, so if you compare your penny with, another penny, I'm looking at mine, they are pretty much the same size. I don't think that any pennies are, most of my pennies are not worn down enough that the size is too different. But pearls can be different in size. The bigger the pearl, the better, as long as it's good in all the other areas. Okay, so we talked about shape, we talked about size. Next, we're going to look at the color, the third thing. Okay, color. Pearls come in many colors, and pure white is the most valuable. Look at your penny. What color is your penny? Okay, here's mine again. Mine's kind of got some, looks like got some dirt on it. Yeah. So is it like the same color throughout? Is it shiny and bright, or is it dull? If it's bright, your pearl is worth more. Okay. Next, look at the luster. Now I had to kind of figure out what this meant. Okay. The way that an oyster is made is that there's a little tiny bit of dirt that gets inside of the oyster. Okay, and you can kind of see the picture of the oyster. I'll show that picture on my screen again. But oyster is a clamshell that has 2 parts. Okay, and it grows inside of that oyster. Okay, but little bits of dirt. The oyster opens up its mouth, takes in the water, and sometimes there's a little bit of dirt in that water. That dirt can get stuck in the oyster. Okay, and then that dirt gets rolled around. And there's something called calcium carbonate that the oyster secretes or gives out, pushes out, that covers up that little bit of dirt. Over time, all of those little tiny secretions make that pearl get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why those size is so important. Okay, so luster, back to luster. The 4th thing, okay? If there's lots of layers of those calcium carbonate crystals, that means the pearl's been in there a long time, right? That's luster. Okay, so check your penny. Does your penny reflect the light well? Let's see if I can get it to reflect any light to show. There you go, a little bit. Okay, so does your penny reflect light? Is it smooth? Is it worn out? Or is it pitted? Pitted means that there's like little dents in it, okay? What is the luster of your penny? Okay. Then the 5th thing we are going to talk about is another tricky one called orient. Say that with me. Orient. Yeah, tricky. If you can look at a pearl and it almost seems to glow from the inside, it has orient. Does my penny is not really glowing there. No. It's a matter of light reflecting in all the different layers. Okay. Does your penny glow? Maybe if it's really clean and new, it might. Okay. I'm guessing not, but maybe it does. Okay. Look at your penny. If it was a pearl, it would be worth different amounts based on those things I mentioned. I'm going to say those again, okay? The 5 things we're looking for are shape, size, color, that fancy luster term, does it reflect the light? And then orient, does it glow, okay? All right, friends, I'm going to show you, I do have pearls of my own, and I was given these pearls by Steve's grandma for my wedding. Okay, so I still have these pearls from his grandma. They're kind of worth something to me. That's the only thing I ever got from her. So kind of special to me. And they are real pearls. Okay, you can kind of see it's from Japan. Steve's uncle bought these when he was in the service and he was over in Japan, and pearls are there. So you can see each of these tiny little pearls, and they are kind of small. They're not real big. Had to be grown inside an oyster. Look at all those oysters and think about how many you'd have to have. Being cultured, being from a farm, it probably was easier to get that many, okay? I would say the luster of these, the kind of the color is it's more of a creamy pink color. It's kind of a nice color. Anyway, so thinking about my husband's grandma today when I'm thinking about our story. All right, friends, so now put your imagination, start using your imagination, put your thinking cap on. Imagine that you are that pearl merchant, okay? You are making a living by buying someone's pearls and then selling them for a greater price. You'd get very good at being able to tell one pearl from another and knowing which ones are worth the most. Jesus' story today is about a pearl merchant. That merchant probably looked through handfuls of pearls. Think about a lot, okay? Looking for those that would get the best price. Then one day he spotted this. Here's my shiny penny. Think about that one and compare it to my other penny, okay? Doesn't that look nice and bright and shiny compared to my old one? Okay. One day he spotted a really nice one, okay? He knew he had something special at that point. He knew that was a very, very special pearl. All right, listen to the story from the Bible. This is another just short little bit. Our story is found in Matthew chapter 13, and it's verses 45 and 46. This is on page 1069 of your Adventure Bible. Okay. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he went away and sold everything he had and bought it. So think about that for a minute. A single pearl. How special that pearl would have been and how expensive it would have been. That he would have taken everything he had and sold it in order to buy it. Okay, that's putting a lot of trust in that one thing, right? That was really, really special to him, okay? Who do you think the pearl represents in this story? Where do we fit into this story? Well, we are like the pearl merchant. We give our lives to a lot of things, and I can say that's true. I'm very busy, and I bet a lot of you are too. But only one thing is perfect, and that is Jesus. We can give him our old, worn out lives, and he gives us new life, like that perfect pearl that lasts forever. Jesus is worth everything, no question about that. But Jesus said there was something else nearly as valuable as himself, that he was willing to die for and to save. That's you. You're a pearl too. And so are all the people around us, the people we know, the people we see on the street, our families, our friends, everybody. Let's pray for each other, okay? All right, find your prayer position and repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for your love and for loving us so deeply that you gave your Son to rescue us. That's amazing, God. And we thank you for it. Hear our prayers as we pray for the people to our left and to our right. You're so good, God. We love you. Amen. All right, so activities for today. I'll share my screen again so you can see those again. There's our pearl inside that oyster. Oh, maybe. Okay, so something for the big kids this week. I have a worksheet that has a way that you can list what people treasure and what people value. Okay, it's right here. I will leave one of those in the office if anyone wants to pick that up and do that. Otherwise, the link is at the bottom of my screen, of your screen right now to find that. It's from Mission Bible Class and looking for Parables of Treasure and Pearl worksheet if you want to find that on your own. Okay, now I am going to make a pearl bracelet, okay? And this is what we had at church to make our pearl bracelet, but I think it kind of fits with what we're talking about. when you are making a bracelet or when you're picking out things that you want to make a bracelet, I know everybody's probably done something like that before. You dig through the box and we try to figure out which ones we want and try to find a good one. One that I tried to pick today, it wasn't formed quite right and the yarn didn't go through. I don't want that one, right? So we're looking for the ones with our favorite beads and just the best ones, just the right ones. I will leave a couple kits of these for anyone who needs them in the office. And yeah, and then you guys can make a bracelet. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I've got mine right here. I've got my yarn. And when I did that, I just kind of measured around my wrist and I did it twice because I thought, you know, it's always good just to have a little bit of extra because then there's plenty to trim if we need to. Okay, so I'm using pink and green and threading on. Now I do want to tell you, I think that it's probably easier for little fingers to do this on a pipe cleaner. It's a little bit trickier. The yarn, I've had to kind of twist the top so that the beads go on. So if you would prefer to do that, that is also an option. Okay. And I am making mine just with 7 because 7 is a lucky number. I don't know. And not too many to try to put on during our video. My yarn is kind of being difficult, you guys. Okay. I picked my colors to be green, blue, purple, and pink. And I would say probably blue or purple are my most favorite colors. Like a dark purple or blue, kind of like the color I'm wearing. Okay. Almost done, friends. All right, so I'm stringing my pearls onto my bracelet. And that is going to remind me that I am special to Jesus, that he gave everything for me. Okay. And you know what? I might need a friend to help me tie this. That would be really helpful if we had somebody here at church, wouldn't it? I might get it here. All right. Hey, got it. A little bit extra. Okay. There's my pearl bracelet right there. Okay. Memory work this week. Keep working on those New Testament books of the Bible, or just be aware of what book you are in every time you open that up to read it. Okay, music to sing along with today. Really, really fun song with pirates. You are the treasure. There's the link. Jesus is my treasure. That was a really fun one that had actions. And then My God is So Big, one that we may revisit another time. Enjoy your music, enjoy your summer, friends, and I hope to see you in 43 days for Bible school from June 13th through the 17th. All right, so I have to say now, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, till we meet again, guys. All right, I'll see you in June. Have a great summer. Bye.